The mistake everybody makes is that they think that anything that goes across the dam needs to be screwed down. That is a mistake. You don't want to have any screws running downward into any surface. That's an area that you're going to create a leak. So any flat surfaces, horizontal surfaces, that is never screwed into. You're going to add, again, that's going to be area, even if you caulk it over time, the settling of your house or anything like that, that's going to vibrate, and pretty soon you're going to create a void there, and that water is going to seep down through that void.
So what if there's been screws put in there prior by somebody else?
If that is, it depends on what type of unit. If it's tile, we suggest that you have that tile removed and a new tile put into that place. And then if there's any damage or any structural damage that the water seeped in there, you need to take a look at that. Okay.
So if it's a fiberglass.
Fiberglass pans aren't so bad, because what we can do is basically clean that up, and what we can do is put some silicone in that hole, and basically it's good to go. There's not an issue with that. But if it's tile, granite, marbles, along those things, we suggest that you get someone out and either epoxy those holes so that way it's sealed up really well, or if it's a culture marble, they come back in and put a sealant and stuff inside that. Okay. Once he has a panel in, the panels are directional. As you can see by the bumpers, inside panel always goes towards the shower head. This is a big mistake that people make, that when you have a bypass door, that they have the panels reversed, and we see leaks that way. So the inside panel always goes towards the shower head side. Okay, and we'll explain that why. And basically all he has to do is, because the panels are on the rollers are on the panel, basically he has to set the panels. At this point, he wants to look at the reveal on the panels. By a reveal, when the glass is slid to one side, that this line needs to be straight. In other words, we don't want a big void or there. We want that door to be able to close as tight up against that jamb as possible. What we do is we hang all the product, then we adjust the doors. That way everything is in. So Adam either can take off the doors like you're seeing now and move the roller so that we get the correct reveal, or a lot of times once the door is already up, you can just reach in with the wrench and adjust the roller system. That's why it's on like so. So you can reach up in there with the wrench and turn it. A lot of times the guys, what they'll do is automatically take the door off like you see Adam doing, adjust the roller so that they're guaranteed that this mechanism is tight, and then rehang the door. Okay, very simple adjustment there. So you can really have a lot of elevation change on the door. What happens is, here, if the walls are out, the walls are not plumb, what we would do is we'd cut a wedge piece of metal to compensate for that, so that this jamb ends up being plumb. The plumber we have things, the better your unit's going to look. The crossover on the doors, in other words, the overlap on the doors, will be the same. If you don't do that, then you have kind of a scissor effect. They're overlapping one another, and the center line does not match up. He put the center guide, the guide that holds the panels, as earlier, the panels were going back and forth this way, and we put the guide in there to keep the panels from doing that.
I got you.
Okay, so all it is. So the door, it's just a guide piece there for the doors. Okay. And that's going to go in the center of the doors. At this point, the door's up except the handles. So again, as Stacy showed you, we have the new handle. We're putting on a new door here with the new style handles. It's very nice with the finger pull and everything. At this point, basically, it's all it is, a thread-on system. Basically, you're just going to put one piece in and thread them together. So again, the key is inside shower panel goes towards the shower head. Okay, and see, that was really quick to put on. It doesn't take any time to put those on whatsoever. So the door's all up, and again, on our caulking or shielding of the door, it's real important where the caulking is placed. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do verticals on the outside, all the way down. Okay, and he's going to do both sides, and then also he's going to do the threshold on the bottom. And the reason, again, we're going to go back to, we don't want any screws or anything holding down a vertical piece, horizontal piece. Okay, and then,
Just a regular caulking?
yeah, what we suggest is a 25-year silicone, clear. And the reason we like using clear is that way it shows up a leak quicker than anything else. In other words, you'll see a discoloration on the clear caulking, knowing that there's a point of a leak or something. Because what happens is the calcium will start building up at that point, and you'll see it, for a better word, like a pinhole or something, and you can see it there. You'll see it in the corners a lot quicker because of the clear caulking. Okay, on the exterior we did both verticals and the horizontal on the sill. On the interior, we only want to do the vertical. We don't want to do the inside on the threshold. This point on the inside is a release point for water. Like on your windows, you look at your windows, we need to be able to flush that water out. We don't want to trap that water somewhere and not have a release point for it. So by leaving the interior open, any water gets trapped, has a chance to drain back out and go back into your drain and out. Overcaulking the doors is the most common problem. When we see someone buy a door and put in a door, they overcaulk the door. They put the caulking in the wrong spot, basically trapping water, and the water has no place to go. And the least point of resistance, that water is going to go that way. By leaving these areas open on the interior, that gives it a point of release back into the shower again.